In the last video, we created the bed. Now let's create the door. That is gonna be here, the door of the apartment. I will select this chair, press tab, go into face select mode and select this face. Press Shift S, cursor to selected. Perfect. Now let's create a plane. Shift A, mesh, plane. Rotate it on the x-axis with 90 degrees. Let's bring it a little more forward. Make sure you are not in the edit mode of this chair. We need it separated. Of course, because it's a door. Has nothing to do with this chair. I realized that my sound was a little low. I think now it's better. Good. So here, let's move it like this. And closer to the wall. Actually, it doesn't matter right now. Let's leave it here to do the modeling. So I will resize it on the x-axis like this. I think this is a good size. We're gonna see once we resize it on the other side, the z-axis. Move it up and to the x. I think we needed to make it a little more bigger. Like this. Yes, I feel this is a good fit. If you feel it's too big or too small, you can adjust it as you please. But I just want it a little more on the x-axis. Something like this. Perfect. Now let's press Ctrl A, apply all transforms, and start working on this beautiful door. Press tab. We are in edit mode. I'll press I to insert. Like this. A little more actually. Now I'll click on this rim. Press I and I again to make it like this. Add some details on it. Press E to extrude. I to extrude on the eye only. And move it out a little bit. Maybe it's too much. Like this. Now select the middle face. And let's extrude it inside quite a lot. Like this. This is good. We're gonna change the bottom section here to be straight, but at the end, after we finish all this. Alright, so here I will add 4 cuts like this and resize them. Make sure here you have median point on the x-axis to be a bit more wide. Something like this. And these two in the middle. I press Alt click and Alt click. Shift Alt click to select both of them. S, X and bring them a bit closer. Like this. Let's go out of edit mode and move this one a little more out. So I have more space to work with. Perfect. Back in edit mode. So we need 4 cards over here. On the vertical side. Like this. Take the first 2 cards. Alt click. Shift Alt click. G and G to move it up. Actually, I think I want these 2 lines to be a little bit more inside. I'll press Shift. Actually, I'll take all of them, these lines, and press S, X, and make them a little more like this. And now take this line, G, G. When I say G, G, I mean press G 2 times. Move it up like this a little bit. Something like this. And now take this line, Alt click, G, G, and move it, let's say like this. Actually, I think I want 2 more lines here. So press Ctrl R, scroll 2 times. Good. And move this bottom one a little more down. G, G. A little more up. G, G. To match the ones at the top. This is what I'm looking for. To match these squares at the top. Okay, so now when you are happy with your result, select these faces. We're gonna extrude inside. So E, Y, and move it inside. Now press I and insert it. This looks perfect. Now E and bring it out like this to have this design on the door. Go into the edit mode, select this face over here, press Shift S, cursor to selected, go out of edit mode, press Shift A and create a cylinder RX90. Let's say shade smooth and go here to normals and auto smooth and resize it on the Y axis to be pretty thin and move it on in place. Let's resize it a little more on the Y only. Okay, this is too big now. Resize it a little bit more like this. Now move it back on the Y. Go in edit mode of the cylinder, select this face, Shift S, cursor to selected, go out of edit mode. Let's create a sphere, UV sphere, make it smaller and take it out. And let's rotate it RX90. Perfect. Right click, shade smooth. Now we can join these 2 objects. Ctrl J. And this is our doorknob. Add materials. So here I have door knob. And for the door, I will add a new material named door main. Perfect. Let's join these 2 objects. Ctrl J. Now let's move this door a little more down to go like this inside because I don't want that bottom section and that will not show. And now with our door selected, let's move it back. G, Y. Yes, we need to make sure that it doesn't go inside the wall. So again, select the door, G, Y, and hold Shift while moving a little out, like this. Still does a little clipping? If it does, G, Y, hold Shift and move it just a bit. Perfect. Now, go into edit mode again, select Alt click this, select this outside edge. With edge select, press E and move it back on the Y axis only, like this. So this is how you create the door. In the next lesson, we're gonna do some lights over here on top of this fence. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!